Do I press okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, just, that's good. All right. So, as several of you know, I don't know, I don't think Grace knows, and I don't know how much Joy caught on. And Nikki just found out today. I I've been suffering for actually a long time. But it came on slowly, so I didn't even realize when you're a mom, you just kind of push past a lot of things, especially when you've had a lot of kids like me. So 16 years ago, when my son was born, I started having migraines, and I had never had them before, but it seemed to just be like a hormonal thing. So I just kind of, it came on slowly and got worse and worse. And it would come with my cycles, but then it started coming in between, and then it started coming with the weather. Well, 5 years ago, when my youngest child was born, shortly after she was born, I started having so much joint pain in my hands and wrists. I couldn't even cook dinner for my family, and we weren't sure what was going on. I wanted to go see a rheumatologist, but you can't get in with anybody. And by the time that I would have had an appointment, I was able to use my hands again. So I figured it was some kind of a flare, and I wasn't sure what. Trying to do my own research online as usual to figure out what's wrong with me. But from that time on, it got a lot worse, and things started coming more readily. I started having a lot of shoulder and neck pain. I started having a lot of upper back pain, which I had a lot of lower back pain from having had babies, but now it was the whole back. And the exhaustion started setting in, like just so tired. And I figured, oh, it's the kids, I've got a lot of kids. So I kept making excuses for everything. But as this year came on, I started getting brain fog around January, and it started getting worse and worse. And in May, Nikki knows this because I'm a homeschool evaluator. So I have hundreds of families that I help. I write letters that they send off to the district, and I have to look over their schoolwork. It was just getting horrendous, and I wasn't sure if it was just because my work was picking up or what was going on. But my daughter also got married in May. My fifth daughter, I take that back, my sixth daughter. She got married in May, and I knew I was stressed with the wedding, even though it was low key. Right after the wedding, though, I went into some really, really bad flare. I had no idea what was going on. I had such muscle weakness. I could barely stand up. I was having trouble getting out of bed. I could barely get my legs up to put my pants on, to get dressed in the morning. Forget writing, and it was making it hard for me to do my work, to write the letters. So I was getting backed up in my work. And then I was also having a ton of muscle pain on top of that, and just like bone aches, everything hurt. And it got to the point where I was sitting in a ball crying a lot of the days. Hold on one second. I'm just sending the phone number to one other person.
Oh,
My
good.
computer's trying to come up.
Thank you for trying.
Anyway, so the pain just got so excruciating that I find myself just sitting in a ball crying. And I had blood work done back in April for my yearly checkup, and I had them check my thyroid, which I'd had them do a lot of times. And every time they'd say, oh, well, it's in the green, it's fine. And that was always the response. But this pain was just getting so excruciating. I asked if they could send me like for a referral for a rheumatologist, which they did, but they couldn't see me till the middle of July. I don't have the appointment till next week. So I even called multiple times asking if they had any cancellations because I was in so much pain, but they didn't have anything. So I ended up looking for an acupuncturist because I knew that they could probably help with the pain. So I went to the acupuncturist, and when I got to the acupuncturist, she asked me if I had any blood work, and I told her that I did. And she looked over it, and then she looked over my thyroid numbers, and she said, these were my numbers when I was told I had Hashimoto's. And I was like, are you kidding me? Because I've asked so many times. And if you go back over the years and look at my thyroid, it's been like this for over 6 years. And she's like, no, this is serious. So then she started telling me how she felt I should eat, which now that I know more about it, I think is probably the AIP diet. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't finish looking into it, but I knew it didn't feel right for me because of my nutrition background and my studies. And I went into like this head spin because I did not know what to do. And I was still feeling all these feelings. On top of those feelings, the exhaustion had gotten 1,000 times worse. The brain fog, I could barely remember my name. And I've been cold for several years. Joy can attest to this because I'm always walking around church bundled up. Um, and I could never get out of my hoodie, which I'm out of today, just in a t-shirt, which is nice. But my husband will be out with me where it's like 88 degrees outside. I'm still walking around in a hoodie before. So anyway, so this acupuncturist said this to me, and I ended up knowing that I needed to find out more about Hashimoto's. So I decided that I would go on Facebook and look up some support groups and see what other things there were out there. And there was a lot of groups, and anybody that knows me knows I'm very religious. So I prayed about it. Like I do everything because I did not want 10 different groups filling up my inbox with 50 million ideas that I wasn't sure I was going to like. And I found the Healing Hashimoto's Naturally group. That was the one I felt very strongly I was supposed to go to.
Wow.
I spent a day or two looking at it and felt very, very, very positive through prayer that somehow I needed to talk to Rachel, which I'm really grateful that I did, because Rachel taught me about the protocol. And when she did, every time she talked to me, she said, Lisa, I just need you to try it. And you're going to get to day 10 and you're going to feel so much different. And I kept saying 10 days, like, how am I going to feel better in 10 days when I feel this horrible? I can't even put my pants on.
Oh.
And I'm not lying. 10 days came, the brain fog was gone, and I was picking up my legs all the way up like I used to be able to get my clothes on. And the pain was so much more manageable. Like I still have some in my shoulders and my neck, but there's not pain all over my body. And we're still working a little bit on the exhaustion, but the joint pain is not there. And I was able to get through my work, which was my biggest worry, that I was not going to be able to get through my work because there's so many parents that were counting on me. And I wasn't sure how I'd be able to tell them, because the deadline was June 30th. I wasn't going to be able to finish this year because I've been doing this since my son was born. So I am really grateful that the Lord helped me find Rachel and find the protocol. And I'm on day 25 out of the 90 days. So I feel really confident that the things that I'm still struggling with are going to be long gone, long before I hit the 90 days.
Wow.
And because of how remarkable that was to me, I told Rachel, I want to sign up now. I want to know about this now, because that to me says it all right there. Like, to feel that much better within 10 days when I was that sick. I had my cycle. I had a migraine that lasted half a day, and normally it lasts a whole entire week. And I like, that's huge. I haven't felt that way in 16 years. And I know those will probably be completely gone long before the 90 days are too. And my husband, my husband will cry because he's so tired of seeing me in pain when he knows they're completely gone. He's asked me to please just find something for the migraines, and to know that the migraines, the muscle weakness, the muscle pain, the joint pain, the brain fog, and the coldness are all gone. And all I have left to work on is the exhaustion. And I still got 65 days to go. So I feel great. So I wanted to share my story, and I want you all to meet my friend Rachel, because she has a great story, and that's why I was so drawn to her.
Thank you so much. I'm literally like tears, and I'm sick and tears at the same time. So it's hard to tell which is which, but I have some tears coming down. It was just so moving. Thank you so much. I love that you prayed about it, and I love that the answer came, and I love that you trusted and it was the right thing. And in 10 days, things were already shifted. It's really miraculous. I mean, I felt like the same thing was a miracle for me when I healed. I was much like you. I struggled with Hashimoto's for about 9 years, and it was first, it was like low thyroid, then Hashimoto's was diagnosed, but it was diagnosed at the time when I got so bad that I literally was so dizzy. I would wake up and I would stand up. This one time I stood up and I was so dizzy, I fell over and hit the wall and put a hole through the wall with my head in my bedroom. And that's when I called my boyfriend and said, I need you to come get me and take me to the doctor because I don't know what's wrong with me. And I thought I might maybe had a tumor. I was like, something bad is really bad. I don't even have any ability to stand up. And I found out that that was adrenal fatigue. The adrenal glands are what actually support us to stand and to not be dizzy. And, they pump blood into the brain, and mine were just taxed. I've been a wedding photographer for about 16 years, and I was pretty like exhausted and burnt out from working really hard that whole time, and working long days, early morning to late night, and not really getting decent sleep. And then at the weddings, I'd be eating wedding cake and eating whatever's there, so just kind of like not having the best diet. But long story short is I saw somebody else who had transformed, somebody who'd shared their story on Facebook, and I said, I need to do whatever you're doing because I want to feel like you look. And to give you guys an idea, I was taking naps all day long. At least 5 times a day I would take a nap. And I couldn't even work. I would get to work and I would always hire a friend to come with me and to kind of keep an eye on things and come and get me because I'd be sleeping somewhere in the back room. And I would hire a friend to come and get me when the pictures needed to be taken, when the portraits were ready. So that's how bad it was for me. And I had kind of and my brain fog looked like amnesia. I couldn't remember a half an hour that happened before this moment. Sometimes I didn't even know who was cooking, and I'd say, this looks great, who's making food? And then I'd look around and no one's there. And, oh, I'm making food. I'm the one who's like making this food. So it was odd. It was very strange. I didn't like to be around people. It was too much to be around people, and it was just too much to even have conversations. And so I really pulled myself out of the world and was very recluse and just dealing with my health all the time. I can't imagine what it'd be like to have 16 children and like feeling this way with that many kids and all that responsibility. So you're a champion. In my mind, you're just like a hero. And I'm so glad that you were able to find something that can help you. And this helped me in such profound ways. I mean, within my first 10 days, like she said, my first 10 days, my energy was through the roof. Like, whoa, I had never experienced energy like that. I didn't need any naps. I was in the first 3 days, like actually on day 2 and day 3, I was like, I don't need any naps. I was really surprised that I was able to get through the day. And I felt hopeful. I thought, oh, I don't know how long this is going to last, but at least I feel good now. And then by day 7, I really needed to work out. I had so much energy in my body. All I wanted to do was work out and run. And so I went to the treadmill, doubled my running speed. I started running like 1 mile and then 3 miles and then 5 miles. I started running all the time. I started working out all the time. And then someone suggests I compete. And I competed and I won first place in a bodybuilding competition, my first competition. And then I just kept going, and I went again in the pro division, and then I went and I got the international cup. So I mean, I literally went from couch potato, no energy, I feel like I'm dying, I probably won't live very long, maybe I'll be homeless on the street and I'm 60. And I was just picturing this terrible life ahead of me, and I couldn't imagine getting out of it. And then all of a sudden my whole entire life turned around, and I felt joyful. I felt amazing. I felt hopeful. I felt my entire outlook on life changed. I was like, wow, maybe I'll actually be able to work, and live an old age and have a normal life. And for 2 years, I was still pinching myself, like, how is this possible? And now it's been 10 years. I've had no symptoms come back. I no longer have Hashimoto's. My blood work is normal. I'm no longer anemic. And I've been doing this for 10 years, and it's just been amazing. And when I say doing this, you'll find out what this is. It's like this 90-day protocol that has all these different superfoods, and I still add those in daily, and it saves me money, it saves me time. And it's been wonderful to share with friends like Shri, who you guys are about to meet. And I'll go ahead and pass the baton because Shri is a friend of mine from where I lived, and then she found my group, and from my group she reached out to me, and then we realized we knew each other. And so Shri is also a nutritionist. She studied and practiced macrobiotics for years, and does Shine Song, which is a kind of intestinal massage to help people with digestion. And she's also a dancer, and she's just such a sweet, just lovely, lovely, kind, warm soul. I just love her so much. And so, yeah, I'll hand it to you. She has the most amazing stories. It's her and her husband both did the transformation, this 90-day protocol, and both of them had really like miraculous transformations. So let's get you unmuted here, Sheree. You're, there you go.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, thank you, Rachel. You always have that amazing story to tell. And so my husband and I were living in Hawaii, up country, Maui, and it rains a lot there. You know, the road to Hana was over in that area that way. So what happened is that we were exposed to mold. And I've never lived in a place that had mold before. And I thought, oh, you know, this is probably not the bad mold. And I just remember cleaning up the mold in the closet, on our shoes a lot, and, you know, just different places in the house. And I didn't think anything of it. And I noticed my husband, he was starting to wheeze. And in the middle of the night, I could hear him wheezing. And I'm like, And then I started having panic attacks. And then when we would eat out, all of a sudden I have to go to the bathroom. And then there's times where I threw up. There's time where the ambulance came because I was so like having the panic attack and just feeling really sick. It was really bad. And I didn't know what was going on. And then my husband, he started getting muscle aches in his body to where he would start to limp and walk with a cane. And then he started gaining weight. And so then I started feeling muscle pain in my body. And then we had to move to Arizona. And so we moved to Arizona for his mother at the time when she was here. And then I did all the diets, you name it, the carnivore diet, you know, that's like the all meat diet for like 8 months because I had an acupuncturist. He's a carnivore diet person. And so he's all, just do carnivore. And then my friends are like, they're on the carnivore, you just do carnivore. And I'm like, okay. So I did carnivore with them. In fact, they're still on the carnivore diet. I don't know how they do it. And so I did the carnivore and I ended up, my cholesterol went up to 367. And then the carnivore doctors, I was following them and they're like, oh no, that's a lie. You know, cholesterol is supposed to be good when it's really high. But, you know, I got really scared about it. And then I noticed my kidneys were not really, there's like a down a point or something because it's really hard on the kidneys. And so then I decided, okay, I'm not going to do that. And I did the balanced diet, you know, like AIP diet and different things. And then I had 3 naturopaths that I worked with, and they were just giving me supplements, $300 or more worth of supplements. And so I'm like, oh my God, this is overwhelming. And then I came across Rachel's site because nothing was helping me. And I didn't want to take this thyroid medication because I tried 3 different thyroid medications, levothyroxine, Tirosint, and what was the other one? Oh, pig thyroid. Because I was trying all these doctors, right? And they're like getting me on all these different thyroid medications. Some doctors were upping it way high and I'm just all frazzled, you know. I'm like, this was too much milligrams, you know. And then some were too low. It was crazy making. And so I'm like, I've got to not do this thyroid medication. This is crazy. So then I searched and I found Rachel's site, Healing Hashimoto's Naturally, your money back guaranteed. I'm like, I tried everything. And I'm like, hey, what do I have to lose if it doesn't work? My money back guaranteed. So I went and gave it a try. And on the 5th day, I started feeling better. And then my husband was like, wow, you're feeling better. You're doing good. You're sleeping pretty good. I'm going to give it a try. And then he started doing it. And he lost 25 pounds in 30 days. And then no more pain in his body. And he stopped walking with the cane. And I'm like, this is amazing. And so then my panic attacks went away. I stopped having leaky gut. No more calling the ambulance. Oh my God. It was really bad. And insomnia too. I started sleeping really good with Apothecary at night. And I was just feeling better overall. So then after the 90 days, I went to the doctors and they said, oh, you lowered your thyroid from a 7 to a 4. So you don't need medication. And I'm like, Oh, okay. So I'm like, this is wonderful. I even had the doctor say in on the video, like on live, say, yep, she lowered her thyroid from a 7 to a 4. So no more thyroid medication, no more leaky gut, no more insomnia, no more panic attacks. All the Hashimoto symptoms are gone now. And my husband is doing good. He's running around now with no pain. And he lost that 25 pounds, doing really well. So I got so passionate about this because like I was like, wow, I want to do this. I want to help people. There's like thousands of people out there lost because I have my own group as well on Facebook. And literally, these people are so lost, they don't know what to do. They think the doctor's going to fix them, which they're only there for medication. They're not there for, like, they're not a nutritionist and they don't know really what to do. They just know to prescribe medication and they're good, for surgeries or a broken bone and stuff, but they're not a nutritionist. So people have to understand, and they're asking me, why don't I feel better with this medication? It's because the toxins, these naturopaths even, were just giving me like supplements, but they weren't detoxing me. It's about detoxing the thyroid in the gut. And once you detox the thyroid in the gut, then you feel a lot better. These supplements were just, like B vitamins and all this vitamins and stuff, but they're not detoxing. So you got to detox the glyphosate, the parasites, the heavy metals. And I didn't know that. All these doctors I went to, acupuncturists, naturopaths, they were not, I don't know, maybe they were getting paid for the supplements or something, but it's not about supplements, it's about detoxing. And then once I detoxed my gut and thyroid, that's when I started feeling better. So the glyphosate supplement, it detoxes the gut and all the glyphosate that built up in the system, from eating the bread and the gluten and the wheat and everything. And the heavy metals that are everywhere in our soil and our water, and even the airplanes are spraying it out. It's coming down on us. So we have to detox the heavy metals in our teeth, right? The mercury fillings, so important, And my root cause, what I found out was the mold exposure, but not just that, was the Epstein-Barr virus. I just tested for that because I wanted to make sure. And yes, most people don't realize it's the Epstein-Barr virus is the root cause. And so I tested for that and I have it. And so that's another cause is the Epstein-Barr or any kind of viruses you have in your system. So important to detox them. And once I did the other supplements, the parasite cleanse, that's when I was really feeling good. And I think that's what's really helped with my Hashimoto's and getting rid of that virus that's in the body and the pathogens, that's whatever it was in my system, the mold, the heavy metals. What I love about this protocol is that it hits almost every root. I think it does hit all the root causes. So you don't really need a test for anything because if you have the Epstein-Barr virus, it's going to hit that. If you have the parasite or if you have anything in your system, the glyphosate, it's going to help with that. So it's going to hit all the root causes. You see, even if you're gaining weight, you got to release the toxins in your body and feed on a cellular level. That's why the shakes are so important. See, I'm a macrobiotic nutritionist, right, for many, many years. But I try to recover my health on my own, but it didn't help because the regular meal is not enough. Rice and beans and some vegetables and sauerkraut and miso soup. I was so strict with everything and it wasn't helping because we need the superfood. See, that's what it is. The superfood, like what do you say, like the chlorophyll and all the
Spirulina,
greens
garlic
and
maple powder.
yeah,
Mhm.
the mushrooms and the spirulina and the chlorella and all that, the superfood, that's the coming of now. This is it. It's like, eating 8 microgreen salads. So good. You're not going to get that in a regular meal or two. So then I thought, okay, so I'm going to detox with these supplements, just 2 supplements and the aminos, and feed on a nourishing dense, deep, nourishing level with the superfood. Those two things do it. It did it for me. I no longer have any of that from this. And that's why I work with the company now, because it's like, wow, all these people, you should see all the people that call me. It's amazing. Like how many people are so lost, like me, like Rachel, like everyone. And now I found the remedy after all that time of looking and searching. And now I'm making really good money. Like I was paid Wednesday. I don't know why I was paid Wednesday. I'm like, wait, I got a paycheck Wednesday and Friday. I'm like, I was telling my husband, I was like, wait, I got paid twice this week. I'm making over $1,000 a month now. And you just stick with it, once you stick with it, you just get used to it and it becomes easy, after a while, and it's like, this is pretty cool. Your own hours. I don't have to go anywhere. I could just lay on the couch, sit on a couch or a chair and just talk to people, not have to rush around anymore to teaching yoga at the yoga studios or running around with my massage table, massaging people and everything. I could just stay at home and just do my own hours. I'm just so grateful for this company that helped me recover my health. And now I'm becoming financially free. It's amazing.
Oh,
So yeah, thank you.
that's a wonderful story, Shri. I love how just delighted you are to help other people and how many people you've helped. You have helped a lot of people transform their health. I have no idea. I've lost count at this point, but many, 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 many people. And and so thank you for joining the team and being, so willing and helping Lisa. We work together.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. And I'll go ahead and I'm sure people have questions, but we're gonna have questions at the end. You're welcome to put any questions in the chat and then I'll try to answer them along the way, but I'm gonna share my screen so you can see what the protocol is. We're gonna show you this 90-day protocol that we've all done. This is what Lisa's been doing. This is what Shri has done and this is what I did. And this is how I started out. It's called the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. Let's see, everything's stuck. Okay, there we go. Anyway, this is it. So you can choose from these different packs. And the one we're focusing on today is the ULT plus immune. There's also a ULT plus brain. There's a ULT. I don't know why okay, there we go. There's a ULT plus collagen. So ULT stands for Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. And so that's what's in this pack. This is literally a, sorry about that. It's acting a little bit wonky. This is a 30-day supply right here. They send you 30 days at a time and you do it over 3 months. This is 60 meals of your 90. And these are shakes that replace your meals. And then you can also still have one delicious meal a day. You can still snack on fruits and salad and vegetables. And so this is not a fast. You're definitely still eating food in addition, but this is going to be replacing your meals. And so you'll just be snacking on healthy foods and then having one healthy meal a night. And because I'm sick, I'm going to let Shri go ahead and dive into this and talk about what's in the pack. You get to choose your shakes. You can have a power shake or a super meal. We can customize it, but she'll just go ahead and talk about what's here.
There we go. Oh, okay. Let me just make it a little there. Okay, so the two shakes here, the power shakes, you see here. And that's the one that I have for breakfast. But you could always do your shakes. You could mix them up, if you're going to do the customized, I have the power shake as well. And I like to do the power shake for breakfast and then my super meal for lunch. And it has all the spirulina and the chlorella and the superfood, the mushrooms and the protein. It's really, really good too. I like the taste of it. I like it alone. And my husband likes to put, like a banana in there. And sometimes I put some frozen blueberries and berries in the summer to, kind of ice it up. And then you have the super aminos. I love the super aminos. I like to do the super aminos before I work out because it tones your muscles and gives you energy and focus. And it's just really, really good. I love the super aminos. And most people are not getting their super aminos in. It's like eating a steak. So, but it's plant-based. And so you want to make sure that you get your super aminos. And this way you just take 5. I like to chew them. That's just me. And then swallow them. And some people just, take the pills and just, so it's all this is natural and organic and plant-based. And then we have our biomedic. And that's one help me recover my gut. And so that has the probiotic, prebiotic, and it has the glyphosate cleanser in it. So if you've eaten glyphosate in the past, which is all over the place, right? It's not the gluten or the wheat, it's the glyphosate. And they're now cross-contaminating in the farms. So it's important to get rid of the glyphosate in the body, because if you don't, then the T3 and T4 in the liver don't work well. And we want that to work good for the thyroid. That's why the
glyphosate
Huh?
is. Do you want to explain what glyphosate is?
Yeah, so glyphosate is when you go in, the farms, okay, so they cover up themselves in this white garb, right? So they don't get sick from it because it's very toxic. And they go out there and they spray these toxins and pesticides all over the wheat and vegetables, the non-organic. That's why it's so important to eat organic fruit and vegetables, because every time you're eating non-organic, then you're probably getting a lot of glyphosate in your system, toxins. And there's a toxin overload, and that's why people are getting sick a lot of the times. I have people calling me with their children at 12 years old with goiters because of the glyphosate, because they eat wheat all those times. So we have to detox. I don't know how long you've eaten wheat, but it takes 9 months to detox that out of your system, even more to get rid of the system. So now this is the glyphosate cleanser plus that pre and probiotic to help with the gut biome. And so that is so important. And that helped me recover my leaky gut, definitely. Then we have the super cleanser here. And that's the parasite cleanse that you do 2 in the morning and 2 at night. Pretty simple for 10 days. And then you're off for 20 and then back on for 10 to kill the baby eggs. And I swear by that super cleanser that it probably really got rid of most of the mold in my body and whatever pathogens were going on in my system. So very important to do that as well. And then we have the apothecary. So here's the apothecary. Now, the apothecary, it creates the highest form of melatonin out of all the fruit out there, or I guess the food in general. So if you have a hard time sleeping at night or insomnia, which I had, oh my goodness, then you take 2 tablespoons of that at night with a cup of water. And then I'd like to take it like about 20 minutes before I go to bed. And then that will help you sleep. It helps detox the brain and the body. And then also it reduces the inflammation in the system as well. And now if you have constipation, then you want to do that in the morning and then before you go to bed, because now this will help. The apothecary also helps with constipation. So this is the whole program here. Pretty simple. Just 2 supplements, and you got your super aminos, the apothecary, and the shake.
I think you
And you
missed
take your huh?
I think you missed the zinc. The zinc.
Oh, thank you. Yes. So people with an autoimmune disease or other diseases, they will have to take the zinc because the immune system, you have to build your immune system. So you take the 3 zinc a day. I probably should just take 3 all at once, but I don't like to do that. I take 2 and then maybe 1 later on or something. So it's up to you how you want to take that. It's just a matter of make sure you take 3 a day. And then I do the customizable one because people with an autoimmune disease or like diabetic or, maybe anything they have like cancer or anything that's a little bit more stronger, the disease, then you want to customize and do the 2 shakes. Now the super meal is good. It just, we have to know if you have high blood sugar or high blood pressure, then we have to get the right shake for you. Yeah.
I wanted to say also, just to add in here about the zinc aid, that this is a really great preventative. I've been out of zinc aid for a month and I got COVID. I have COVID right now. And I'm just like, oh
Oh,
my God. But what's really amazing is I'm not that sick. Like I'm sick, but not like I've had COVID before and I was in a lot of physical pain and I was just like down for the count and I'm totally fine. And when I had COVID before, I recovered really quickly when I started taking all these superfoods. And so the apothecary juice, just also to like clarify, it's the highest antioxidant fruit in the world, not the highest melatonin, highest antioxidant fruit in the world, but it has naturally occurring melatonin, which is what they'll make they'll make melatonin, capsules and things like that to try to help people sleep, but it's not the same. This works way better. It's
mhm.
much better to have the whole food rather than just separating melatonin from the actual source. So we believe in everything being food grade. The zinc is made from food. Our vitamin C is made from food that's in here. This is zinc, C, A, D, and E. So it has all, this is a great immune support. It helps, it's preventative. It's also helps people recover from, if you're sick or whatever, but it's just a great, just like daily immune system booster, to be honest. And so, yeah, it's not just for people who are sick. It's really great for people who want to stay healthy and just enjoy health. And then, yeah, as far as like diseases and stuff like that, if you have some kind of deep ailment, we will talk and like, we can get on a call with you and talk more in depth. And I would have your doctor know you're doing it and let them know that you might need to titrate off your medications because that happens a lot. So I would just say like work with your doctor. But this is great for anyone who's just wanting to like have better health and like just increase everything that's already good in your life and feel and then also if you're just somebody who's athletic, this is amazing. So it's really like a one-stop shop for all different kinds of people, whether you're healthy or you're struggling. You're gonna feel at the very least more energy and it's gonna enhance your mood because the super aminos help produce serotonin in the brain, and the biomedic cleans the gut, which also produces serotonin, which is the happy hormone. So it's great for improving the mood as well.
Mm, thank you. Yeah, I didn't know that. And thanks for talking about the zinc a little bit more because I know that when I took the zinc during the winter, I never got sick this year. And I took the zinc every day,
So
every month.
that's
And
great.
I realized that zinc is amazing to preventative of getting sick. Definitely.
Yeah, and then the blender is so great because you can blend up the shakes and you can just blend them up with nut milks. You can put fruit in there, or you can just have the shake with water, which is what I usually do. Most of the time, I just have my shake with water. I'm still 10 years later doing 2 shakes a day. This is 60 of your 90 meals. So you're literally replacing your 60 of your 90 meals, 2/3 of your meals for the month, and for only $13 a day. So that's $6.50 covers a meal plus your supplements twice a day. So most people tend to notice that it saves them money. I certainly noticed it saved me somewhere around $300 and $400 in groceries when I was first starting out. I was like, this is definitely saving me money. And I've been, doing a lot of this since I started 10 years ago. So I've been now 10 years healthy, and it's amazing. It's priceless. There's really nothing that I would trade for the health that I have now after how much I was struggling. So the retail value on this, you're going to get a 25% off code from Lisa or Sheree, whoever invited you. And so the retail price is $530, but you're going to get it for $397. So you get $133 off. And this is again like $13 a day. You can customize it. Well, it's something weird. Let me try that again. You can customize the pack. If you click buy today, just click buy today. And then it's going to give you an option to customize your order. So right here, would you like to customize this? You're going to click that. And then that allows you to choose your shakes. So it defaults to power shake. You can just leave all power shake or just change out 2 for the super meal. Maybe do a super meal vanilla chai and a super meal original, right? So you get to choose your shakes. And it goes down $30 the second month. So it's $397 the first month. The second month, it goes down to $366. And then that's the second and third month. And then the fourth month, it actually goes to half a pack. So this is what's called the Daily Core 4 Maintenance Pack. So this is the Yulti Immune Maintenance Pack. So this is $228, which is like $7 a day. for a meal plus your supplements, and you're just doing this once a day at this point. But if you're like me, if you're like thinks that you'll probably and Shri and I have been doing this like twice a day ongoing for me for it's been years because I just love it so much. And it's just food. And it's food. So it's not like, you know, you have to worry about anything. It's just food. And so it's an amazing product. So I have to like go ahead, hun. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing my screen, and maybe if people have questions, I can stop the recording and we can go to Q&A. But you know, thank you, Lisa, for having us here and pulling all these friends together and being willing to help all these people.
I would love to help as many as I could, because no one should ever feel the way that I felt.
Yeah. Another thing too is that, you know, we train coaches, and if you're interested in becoming a health coach with us, I have a whole program. It's a 12-module program you can go through, and I give you a certificate, and it's all at your own pace. But mostly, you know, you have the opportunity to like help a lot of people, and it's just something fun to do. So it's become a lifestyle for me. It's enabled me to put 3 children in the Philippines, my family, my brother, my sister's children. I've been able to put them through college. So 3 children who were planning to work in factories now went to college and were able to change their future. So it's really meant a lot to me to be able to support my family. After my dad died, I took over the kind of role that he was, you know, sending money back to the Philippines. So I'm very grateful for, you know, everyone who works with us, because that's where there's so many good things that this company puts money towards, all different kinds of nonprofits, like autism. There's like an autism camp for like children on the spectrum who are both high functioning, low functioning autism, and then the whole family can go for free and actually go to these camps and learn and have some support so they can rest their nervous system and be there for the children. And then Dave Sandwell, the founder of this company, he's just a scholar and a genius, and he and his wife, he married one of my friends. They have 2 children and really steward the land. They are all about regenerative agriculture and they have permaculture retreats out there where you can learn how to, you know, homestead and things like that. So that's all. Did you want to say anything else, Lisa?
No, I'm just really glad that everyone came. And if there's anybody that has any ailments, I hope they let me know if they want to start, because I would love to get them feeling better.
Does anybody have any questions?